The following is intended for mature audiences only. May contain strong language, crude humor, adult themes, and suggestive material.
Welcome back to We're Done Here, an emotional wellness comedy podcast. I'm Meka, your host, and today we're going to be diving into a very exciting topic or depressing topic. I'm not really sure, but our guest is here, Cindy Arena.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so happy to have you, Cindy.
I'm trying to decide, is this going to be depressing, funny, or very inappropriate?
I mean, I think it's going to be all those things. Well, let me tell our guest a little bit about you. Cindy is a comedian from Rochester, New York. She's super duper hilarious, and she was just in the Queer Comedy Festival this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yep.
Here in New York City?
Yep.
Great. So how has your visit been to New York City?
It's been crazy.
Okay.
I come back and forth a lot to do comedy, and I'm going to be 60 in 2 weeks.
You look amazing, Cindy.
Fat don't crack, but listen, I'm tired.
Okay. You're
The
tired?
girl is tired. And I'm thinking, like, you guys work full-time and you do this comedy every night. It's just the comedy's a job.
We be outside. Yeah, that's true. The comedy is a job. I work from home, though, so that's my...
Still, it's a lot of work, shuffling around this city. This is
That's
a young woman's game.
No, you know what?
No.
I'm tired a lot. Like,
Yeah.
We have multiple shows a night, where, especially if you have to run from Brooklyn to Queens to Manhattan. Like, it's a mess.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I don't know the train, so maybe if I had, more skill, but yeah.
Have you been taking the train, or have you
I've been driving everywhere.
You're tired and you're driving? Come on. Come on, Cindy.
It's hard finding a parking spot.
Oh, no, it is. That is difficult. Finding a parking spot is difficult. It will definitely take you forever. Also, have you gotten a ticket? New Yorkers, we love
I just got one today.
Yeah, we love tickets. That's how we pay for the city. Just ticketing
I know.
people.
It is crazy. It's crazy. But no, I've been having a great time. I did the finals of the Queer Comedy Festival,
Nice.
which that was great. Amazing lineup of talent. Always a great time. And then I've been doing a lot of, bar shows.
Oh,
and I
cool.
did some shows in Brooklyn, my first time ever doing
Oh, really?
shows
You haven't
in
done
Brooklyn.
shows in Brooklyn before?
No, my daughter lives there too.
Oh,
so that was fun. I
wow.
did my first 3 nights
Does she live in
Brooklyn.
Bushwick?
Yeah,
That's where all the kids live.
Where do you think she lives?
I hate Bushwick,
Well,
by the way.
let me tell you, that's where she is,
Okay.
Yeah, so exactly. But, it's great. It's great.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that you had a great week in New York, doing some shows in Brooklyn, hanging out. The Queer Comedy Festival, the finals, was there like a semi-final? Like,
Yeah,
where
I did all
go?
those already, but because of the pandemic, everything was so slowed down because we started right when the pandemic
Okay.
hit. Then when they loosened up a little, we came back for
it.
more shows. Then it got bad again. Then it loosened up, and we all came back for the
Okay.
semis. Now is the finals.
They loosened up.
They
Yeah.
loosened up a little in the city and let
all the bottoms.
the clubs open up
bottoms.
again,
We're talking about different things.
Yeah,
It's
I know we
fine.
are, absolutely.
Well, Cynthia and I met. We actually took I don't know. I want to say it's a comedy writing class,
But it was, yeah.
It was more of like therapy for comics, honestly.
Networking,
Networking,
therapy. Woe is me. I
Yeah.
had a good day. I had a real bad day.
Yeah, exactly. So we're used to talking about our feelings a lot.
Exactly.
That happens a lot, which I love. I appreciate our time together. But today you're going to be talking about our topic, which is an eating disorder.
Yeah.
I heard that you said. So I actually did an episode. For those of you who listened last season, I did an episode on my bulimia. It's a whole episode, so people can go look and hear about that particular journey. And today we're going to get into your journey.
Yep.
So tell us about your eating disorder.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's, when I was younger and people would say eating disorder, my thought always went to like anorexic. You
Yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
makes
Always
sense.
went to people that did not eat at all.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And then I thought, well, I was looking and I'm like, I'm a big girl. I'm a fat girl. I got an eating disorder. It's just the And then it struck me. I'm like, wait, I have an eating disorder. Like, I think once I started thinking of it that way,
Yeah.
because I don't necessarily care what I look like. It's more how I feel at this age, right?
No, I
and I was
understand
on a
that.
lot of medication. My diabetes was off the hook.
So when did you discover you had an eating disorder?
I don't know. I guess when I got I was huge.
Well, how old were you though?
Like 53.
53. So this is a recent
I had been
thing.
fat.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know.
Okay, got
I just
you.
was like, I'm a fat girl.
So you just thought you were fat?
I just thought an eating disorder was just people that didn't, like anorexic. I never
Okay.
thought of the whole field of eating disorders.
No, there's a whole field.
Yeah.
So what would you label your disorder as?
I just eat too much.
So you would say compulsive overeater?
Yeah, and then people are like, well, do you eat when you're happy? Well, yeah. Do you eat when you're sad? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I always eat.
You're eating all the time.
All the time. So I couldn't put a pinpoint on exactly what it was, but I knew it was a problem.
And were you big your whole life?
No, well, I was always like a little thick, but I mean big, like I'm a die big. No, it's been like seriously the last 15 years. It's a slow progression to the point where I ain't gonna be able to wipe my own ass soon.
Well, you're not that big now.
I lost 100-something pounds.
Oh my God, I had no idea. Well, go back.
Yeah, so here okay.
Yeah, go back.
So my diabetes started to get really out of control probably when I was about 50. Okay, so it's been about 9 years, and it runs in my family. I have type 2. And I didn't take it serious at all. And I continued eating, and it's not even a sugar thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm a salty, so it's probably the bread and everything that turns to sugar. I'm not a
eventually.
candy sugar person. But I started, having to take insulin.
Oh, wow.
And I started to get a lot of damage in my legs and feet. It's called neuropathy from the diabetes.
Wow.
And my feet started to go numb.
No.
And now I'm like, well, what's going on? I look it up, and that means you're about to lose a toe.
Yeah, that's true. People do be losing their toes.
Yeah.
Grandma and them. Yeah,
Yeah,
they be losing them.
I wasn't a grandma yet.
That's
I needed to
true.
keep my toes, Meka.
That's true. Your daughter's still in Bushwick. She's not married yet. That's true.
My daughter's in Bushwick. I need a toe.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But, that's when it really struck me. I was like, all right, I got to do something.
Okay.
So I had a couple friends who had weight loss surgery.
Okay.
And it, worked great for them. So it's a long process, though, for your
Did
health.
you have the surgery?
I did. I had
You
that
had the
surgery. Yeah. So, so I decided I was going to look into getting the surgery.
Okay.
So in order to get it, it's a long 8-9 month process of psychotherapy, all kinds of testing that you got to get passed by a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Right. They don't mess around. Like, they're just not about to we're just going to give you the surgery. Like, you need to understand your problems.
Yeah.
And, it's way deper than just the surgery, because anybody could eat through that surgery. So
that's true. They can eat through. Yeah, I can see that, especially if you have a problem. Yeah, especially if you're compulsive overeater.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if you're a compulsive overeater. I'm just saying.
No, I'm sure I am.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Not to label.
I think anything that comes to a food, I definitely am.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
did you when you were doing the therapy and all this stuff for the surgery, what did the psychiatrist say? What did
it was really weird, because they kept trying to. I'd never been to therapy in my life, number one. So I didn't even know. You know what I mean? And she's like, do you eat when you're sad? I guess.
Yeah.
Do you eat when you're happy? Well, yeah. So for me, it was like I couldn't really even pinpoint, because I think I just eat.
Okay, yeah.
So the whole therapy thing, I felt like, well, we're not getting to the bottom of my eating. I guess just give me the surgery and let me be punished when I eat by being sick. I'm sorry. I'm serious.
Wow.
And anybody who's looking to have that surgery, please do not take my advice and do it that way.
That sounds like the wrong way.
I know. But also, I'm a comic, so I'm going to turn everything into a ridiculous, dark joke,
Not?
But, so I did it. Then my insurance lapsed. I got a new company, and they made me start all over.
No.
So it was almost a 3-year process for me to get this surgery.
And you were still eating the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they told me I didn't need to lose weight. They said, maintain this weight throughout everything.
They actually said that?
Here's the thing.
The American medical system.
Here's the thing. The reason that people that are going to have weight loss surgery, whether it's bypass or the sleeve, which
Okay.
I had the sleeve.
Okay.
A lot of doctors will ask you to lose weight because they want your liver to shrink.
Okay.
So, because when they go in, if your liver is too large, they go in with
Yeah, I don't know what they
You
go.
know what
I don't know. It sounds
like it's like a Da
crab.
Vinci.
Whatever.
Yeah,
We're not medical students.
Yeah,
here.
they don't cut you open anymore. They go in and they do it with a
like
laser
a
on.
laser thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in order to use that, your liver needs to shrink so they can see where they need to be.
Okay, got it.
And my liver was not that enlarged, so I was already okay.
Okay, got it.
So I did not need to like go on this crazy fasting diet.
Okay.
But some people, they make fast for like 2 months prior.
Really?
And
okay.
that's a struggle.
2 months? I could not fast for that long. So you get the surgery, and then what happened?
So I went in, I had the surgery. They took out half of my stomach. Okay, so it was the sleeve.
Did you get to keep it?
No, they didn't give me it. You know,
okay.
I know. I would have.
See it?
No, I was on. I didn't even get to see my stomach. Like, I don't know. It must have just went in the garbage somewhere.
What
But
do they do
I
with
would have
these
been
stomachs?
amazing if I could have kept my stomach in a jar and just looked at it and thought about like, ooh, the pizza that was in there. You know.
So they threw out half the stomach.
They threw it out. They threw it out. So my stomach was like a banana, they say. Okay. It was you know what I mean? They cut it in half.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
So you feel full
Okay,
much faster.
got it.
So I came home from the hospital and I had lost 50 pounds
Already?
maybe the first 4 weeks. Like
Oh,
it was
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, you lose rapidly in the beginning. And then you slowly start to eat soft food, liquid, soft food.
Okay.
And a lot of people that get the surgery will get sick if they
Yeah.
eat certain foods.
Okay.
Like sugar, soda, greasy food. They will feel ill.
Did you get sick?
No,
Okay. No, not at all.
I can eat anything I want.
Really?
Yeah.
Even at the beginning?
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
Okay, and you did eat anything did you eat anything you wanted, or did you like?
I ate a little stuff to test it.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not getting sick, man. What's going on here? But, you know,
Okay.
there also was the choice for me to have bypass surgery, which
Okay.
is when they completely disconnect your stomach and they hook it to your intestines.
Oh God, that sounds.
And
dreadful.
it felt drastic to me. Now,
Okay.
this is how much of a lunatic I am. But I thought, well, if the sleeve don't work, I'll go get the bypass next.
Were you gonna do that?
I would, but no, I don't know. I should have. I've lost about 110 pounds.
Okay.
I did this right before the pandemic.
Okay. So you did this right before the pandemic. So in the pandemic, technically,
I'm just sitting home looking at food that I'm not supposed to eat.
God. Oh my God.
You know, and I respect these people that went through the pandemic and just got real skinny and worked out. Like, what's wrong with
I
them?
don't know who the fuck those people are.
Monsters.
I gained weight in the pandemic.
They're
Everyone gained weight.
monsters.
They're horrible. So, all right. So, but let's get back to the psychology. Why do you think you have an eating disorder? Like, what do you do? What are your behaviors that say it's an eating disorder? And technically speaking, now you can't eat that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some behaviors you think?
For me, I eat at night, late night.
Okay.
And I think I eat way too much at night.
What are you eating at night? Not to be, I don't know.
Please, girl.
What are you eating at night?
What am I not eating at night? Let
Wait,
me
what-
tell you. No,
what
but
are you
seriously.
What are you eating at night?
I don't know. I haven't really fixed myself, so nobody
So
like
you're
think
still-
I'm
you're
okay.
still
I'm
in the
not well.
But you could eat less because of
I
the
eat
surgery.
less because of the surgery, but that doesn't
But
mean
you still think you have an eating disorder.
that or I just have really shitty willpower.
Or you haven't dealt. No, you probably haven't. If you say that. Okay, so.
Right.
But tell me what you eat at night. Tell me.
At night, I will eat some pizza. I will eat some chips. You know, all the things I shouldn't be eating.
So basically, is it because you're alone at night in your house?
No, I
you're
got
not.
people around me. I just must not like them so much. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out.
And you work. You.
And I work on my feet all day, and I cook
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yes. You have a pizza shop.
How am I supposed to ignore that?
I mean, the thing about it, all right, so
It's in my face. That might be my disorder now.
it's honestly an occupational hazard.
I think so.
It's an occupation. So, like, you just make this pizza. You make this delicious pizza all day.
And fried foods and steak sandwiches.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
I mean,
isn't
I would
it?
probably hang out with you and like
Eat.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'd be having pickle pizza.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, we shouldn't be talking about that.
I know we shouldn't. We shouldn't because we're just going to leave here and eat and make things worse. But
actually, I am hungry. No, anyway.
But
okay,
you know,
but, yeah.
I used to say, if this is horrible, but if I could at least throw up what I ate.
Oh, the bulimia, like me. That's what I used to do. I used to do the binge and the purge.
Yeah, but a part of me respects that because I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do the throw up.
No.
Actually, I wouldn't recommend that.
I know, and I wouldn't recommend. Nobody take our advice.
Binging and purging is actually. It took me a while to stop doing that. Like I had to like go to. I had to go years of therapy to stop binging and purging. But yeah, I would do it all the time because that's a vicious cycle though. Because it's like, okay, you just ate something, and it's like, okay, I just ate all this food. I'm gonna throw it up, and then you actually get really hungry after you throw up. No one tells you this. So you get really hungry, and then you do it all, and you do it over and over and over.
Well, when I eat really bad foods, I'll throw it up because I will. I'll feel a little sick, and I will throw it up.
Oh, so the surgery, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because of the surgery.
Yeah.
Not prior to the surgery, but because of the surgery, I will. Okay. I'm at the point now where I've lost this 100, and now it's down to exercise. I've done this all with, and I've got I need knee replacement, and the pandemic put the X on my knee replacement, so I'm looking at it for this winter.
Got it.
So, still though, I'm like, Cindy, you were using this as an excuse. You could sit somewhere and lift some weights, you fat ass. Quit talking about your knee and get up there and, you know what I mean? So,
you could do like the
yes, I can. But,
no,
you know.
My mom, she has the low impact bicycle thing because she has bad knees as well.
Yeah.
So she does that. I bought her for Christmas. Like at her desk, you just do this low impact kind of thing. You can technically, it's some form of exercise, I will say.
Yeah, I know all the exercise I need to be doing, but you see, I'm not doing it.
But, okay, so you eat the pizza stuff late at night, and then in the daytime, are you eating well?
I don't eat nothing all day.
Oh,
I store it all up for when I get home.
Okay.
And that's a problem.
Is that intermittent fasting? Is that
that's what I thought it was, but it's not working.
Oh, it's not. Is that what is intermittent?
But I told myself, Cindy, you are intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
You are not eating from the minute in the morning until I get home at 6, 7 at night. I'm not eating. I'm drinking water and coffee. Don't get me, you know what I mean? Maybe I have a power bar, but I'm not legit
No, you're
eating.
not having a meal.
But here's my thing that I noticed is once I start, I can't stop.
Okay, then you have a eating disorder.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
you're binging. Yeah.
And this is what I've now noticed, that if I go all day and don't eat anything, I don't feel. But if I start with one thing, now I'm looking. I want everything.
So
so if I can go all day without eating, I felt like I've done something amazing. And I am not fixed. I don't know why I'm on this podcast talking about how I'm getting. No, Meka about to give me some therapy over here, but
because you have to figure it out.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing. When I first decided to get the surgery, so many people said to me, "Are you crazy?
Why?
Aren't you? This is scary. This is a big deal. What are you
it's a huge
thinking?"
surgery. Yeah.
And I went onto the Facebook message boards with all the other people that had the surgery. And there was a couple of pages that had 20, 30,000 people on, these groups. Yeah. And this one girl posted, "I am so hungry. I just want to chew a pickle and spit it out."
Oh, that's so
I am so hungry. Because afterwards you cannot eat anything. Like, it's terrible.
But you said you could eat.
Well, I followed the rules the first 7 weeks. You know what I mean? And she said, "I just want," and all these women jumped on this post. Majority of the people in the group are women. Men are getting that surgery. They don't care.
Yeah.
So, right. So all these women said, "Do not eat that pickle and spit it out. You are going to develop an eating disorder." And that's when I thought, wait a minute. We all 300 pounds. We all got eating disorder in here. Why? And then I thought
Right,
they're
no, yeah.
associating an eating disorder with somebody who refuses to eat, like an
No,
anorexic.
that's
Chew,
true.
spit it out. They were associating, and I'm thinking like that's how I always thought. But no, we all have an eating disorder in this room.
That's true. That is
We
true.
all have an eating disorder.
That's true. If you are so fat, you obviously have an
You don't think them people that my 600-pound life have an eating? That's an eating disorder.
That's an eating disorder, yeah.
But I noticed that big people, they don't want to. A lot of them don't label it like that, and
That's
that's
so
what hit me
weird.
in that group when they was telling her, "Don't do that. You'll develop a disorder." And I typed under there, "Have you all lost your mind?"
I mean, obviously, these other people are struggling with food addiction.
They were all
essentially.
people weighed 300-400 pounds saying that. Don't spit the pickle out.
Even the way you're saying, once you take one, you sound like an alcoholic in the sense that we can't stop. That's a food addiction, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And like I couldn't stop binging and purging. Like I literally couldn't stop. I had to condition myself.
Did you do that all day and all night, or was there a certain time you consumed everything?
So it was very. Sometimes I would get caught in patterns, and it would last I would be in a blur 6 months, and it's like, oh, I've been binging and purging every day for 6 months. When's the last time you haven't thrown up? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's so blurry, it's together, right? And then I would try to stop purging, which is very difficult. But then you're just binging and you're not, and then you're not eating, and then it's all of it is food addiction or food issue in a sense. So I do have a question for you, Cindy. So it seems like you're at the phase of your addiction or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, it's
We'll
an
label it.
addiction, but I haven't fixed it quite yet perfectly.
You haven't fixed it quite yet, but it seems like at least you know it's happening.
Of course.
And now you have a tool, which is this surgery
Right.
to help you.
Right.
So you can't eat as much as you want to, but apparently, because I do have friends who've had this surgery, over time, the surgery does not help.
Not at all.
And you can easily eat your way
Yes, you can.
back to your 100 pounds.
And I know so many people I know more people that have had the surgery and gained it all back than people who had the surgery and have remained successful.
So what do you want to do to make sure?
I have remained this weight and lost slowly for the last year and a half. I have
Okay.
not gained. You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I have maintained where I'm at. I got to still 100 pounds easily. I could probably still lose another 100 pounds, And it's funny because when I tell people I lost 100 pounds, they look at me and I know they're thinking, well, damn, bitch, you're still fat, But I'm like, listen, I was 3 buckets of KFC away from my own episode of my 600-pound life. So you don't know what I used to look like.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying.
But when I look back at photos, it's all like a blow. You know what I mean? I'm so much smaller in the face. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I need to drop another 50, and I got to give up the carbs. I got to give up the bread. You know what I mean? And
but I will say this. If you just listen to this episode, I'm a child of therapy. I'm not a professional, but I do like to give unsolicited advice.
I will take anything.
It sounds like, because you're talking about your eating disorder. That's what we're talking about in this episode. But when you talk about how you're going to fix it, it sounds like you're talking about all the things you need to do related to exercise. I need to lose 50 pounds. What about the mental health? What about going to speak to why you eat at night? Also, you should not be eating all day. I know your doctor didn't tell you to do that. I know the nutritionist did not tell you to do that. They probably told you to eat small meals throughout the day.
Small, high-protein meals.
Yeah,
but I will eat a protein bar.
But you're still, the whole one protein bar. No, eat a meal. Eat a protein bar and some chicken and some salad and a piece of bread. That's better than overeating.
So, I mean, for me, I think I need to get past why am I self-sabotaging myself every day? When Cindy, you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly, but why are you not doing it?
Yeah.
And that's, that's the thing I need to get through. And I've chalked it up to I'm just I'm gluttonous. I don't know.
No, there's more to it than
Yeah,
that. There's more to
yeah.
it. There's more. But I love what you just said. You need to get to the place where you can figure out why you're self-sabotaging.
Exactly.
Because, like, honestly, to me, even dealing with, like, so many different people, even dealing with my own eating disorder, it was first I had to label it. Like, because I had the same thing. Like, I was never skinny. And it's like, I had to say, you're bulimic. You throw up every day, you idiot. So it's like.
And that's an eating disorder.
Then that's an eating disorder. So you have to get to that point. And it's like, okay, where do people do if they have eating disorders? And it's like, okay, I have to talk to mental health professionals, right? And I have to get to the bottom of, like, my particular eating disorder, like, why I do it. Honestly, it took me years, like, a really long time. Like, it took me 7 years. Like, I didn't, it was way too long.
And how many therapists did you go through?
I went through, so I did so many things. I went through, like, probably, like, 3 different therapists, and I did a lot of group therapy. Like, lots of group therapy for most of the time. Group therapy, it's weird. My first therapist actually recommended group therapy for me, maybe because I'm an extrovert, though it would work better. But yeah, I basically did group therapy for a very long time until I just stopped throwing up one day.
Yeah, you know, so I've never gone to therapy my entire life, and Lord knows I should have been in it since I was probably 12. But, you know, I'm my age, I'm a boomer. Like, nobody went to therapy. No, you know, when I was a child, it wasn't like, oh, you need to get there.
No, I understand. Us millennials are just like, we need
now,
to go to
right,
therapy.
exactly. It's so different now,
No,
right?
it's true.
But I just started to do therapy, and I'm telling you, the therapist that I have, she's like my friend now. And I go in and run bits by her, and we laugh. I'm like, this, what am I'm paying her? That ain't right.
No, you need. So therapy is like finding a boyfriend. No, or tell her, like, listen, lady, we need to get to the bottom of my problem. This is not your fucking entertainment time. Like, she's not. It's so funny. Another comedian said that their therapist was laughing at them too much, and they had to drop them.
So I'm just, I need to, like, pick somebody else,
yeah,
right?
You need to get somebody else. 'Cause it sounds like you're just entertaining your therapist for free.
I'm a clown. I just sit down in there, and she's like, ooh, the clown's here for an hour.
No, that's not. Get you another. So get a therapist. So that's another thing. I got a therapist that actually specialized in eating disorders. So literally, there are people who are, this is their specialty, and they're not going to bullshit around with you. They're going to be like, okay, bitch. Like,
So
no
for me,
jokes.
it was a lot of talking to my friends who have had the surgery
Got it.
and going on all the message boards and learning everything I can.
Got it.
And, you know, I came out of the hospital off all my diabetes meds.
Oh, that's perfect.
And I'm still
I love
off
that.
it.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
No more neuropathy.
Yeah.
None of that horrible pain. So for me right there, I'm like, this was my goal, so this is a win.
No, and most definitely, it definitely is a win. So I feel like you've come so far on your journey. This 100-pound weight loss during the pandemic, which is like the worst time to lose weight. It's ridiculous, but I still hear that you want to do more.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're at the halfway point of your journey.
I think I've won over the big hill.
Yeah.
Now I think it's just changing my mindset to quit. You know you love to eat that stuff, but you need to give it up. You need to have some willpower here, you know?
Willpower, but also you got tools for your physical body. Now get tools for your mental body. So there's a lot of willpower talk. So I don't believe in willpower.
No, you don't?
There's no such thing.
Okay.
There's no such thing as willpower. It doesn't exist. It's just the way we think and how we react to situations. And honestly, it's like mentally practicing. So I think don't blame yourself. Willpower, get you a new therapist, get to the bottom of it. I think you're going to be fine, Cindy. I really, really, I really, really do.
And you know one other really scary thing?
What?
Part of me don't want to have to write all new jokes about my fat.
Oh.
Now I'm telling you, I got to come up with a lot of new material if I'm going to drop more weight. Because see, I'm still up there looking like a chubber. So
well, you could say different. I don't know. It's funny. Sometimes people are like, I remember I tried to tell some fat jokes. People are like, you're not fat enough for that joke. Honestly, it's all discretion. Don't. Who cares?
Right? Isn't it crazy? Like, you know, as comedians, I have a couple friends who are like, they really want to get like their breasts reduced. Their breasts are outrageously huge.
There's some big titties
but
out there.
their first 10 minutes is all about their big titties.
Okay.
And they all and they joke and say, you know, I don't want to have to write a whole new tight 10 in the beginning about. So
big breasted comedians, I feel like they get booked more. I'm just saying.
My breasts are hanging so low that they don't even know the difference, okay? I got socks with some rocks in it just swinging.
No. Okay, well, I actually love talking to you, Cindy, about your eating disorder. I think we labeled it, or we did. I like that you done
I know we
labeled it.
labeled it's an eating disorder. You're gonna have an eating disorder the rest of your life, and so will I.
Yeah, no, that's
Am I
true.
right?
No, most definitely. And like even that, like even I can't like get too drunk and throw up. It's very triggering for me.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure, like, I just have to stay away from like throwing up.
Yeah, I mean,
and things like that.
Exactly. I think that I've smoked cigarettes for 30 years. It took me a very long time I have a very addictive personality.
Got it. I feel like every comedian does.
Right? Don't we?
Yeah.
We all got something.
It just depends what we're addicted to.
Exactly. And it could be anything. You know what I mean? And I mean, I have a very addictive personality, and I'm sure, obviously you do. I think you're right. I think a lot of comedians do. But quitting smoking was like the big, and that's when I really started packing it on. I quit.
Oh, of course, you gave up one addiction for another.
I quit 18 years ago.
That's another thing. They tell you to give up. Maybe that's why I started doing
many people that had this surgery, Meka, are alcoholics.
That's what I hear. That
many on the message boards are like, I'm talking drank themselves blackout.
But I actually have a really sad story. My one, they passed away, rest in peace. They got gastric bypass a long time ago, and they actually ended up getting addicted to heroin. So that was
absolutely
rest in peace, Jen. She died a long time ago. But
you trade one addiction for another.
You trade one addiction for another. So I'm like, I think maybe I gave up bulimia and started doing comedy. Maybe that's what happened.
No, comedy's addicting.
No, it's super. I mean,
comedy
what are we doing? Every night, outside.
Every bit of comedy is an addiction.
No, it is.
It really is, because people become addicted to that high of being on stage and making people laugh, and then when you bomb, it's such.
Oh my God!
I mean,
makes you very depressed.
I know some comics that have bombed and literally turned off social media and took to their bed for a month.
That's ridiculous.
But it's all part of the highs and lows that we all have as being crazy comics.
But if I'm bombing, I'm not going to my house. Get out. Just go to the next gig.
I know, but some people take that to an extreme because it's like an addiction that they up and down, up and down.
I get it. No, we feed it. That's why we work all day. I work from home. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And then go outside at night. But oh my God, thank you so much for sharing your journey with our listeners. I hope people listen to this episode who are struggling. Maybe they're in the middle of their journey. And I like that you have a plan to go and find a new therapist they're not entertaining. As we know, there's no one fix all bullshit, whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to say something inspiring, and I'm not inspiring, but it's totally fine.
I've lost 100 pounds. I'm off my diabetes meds. I feel like I've tackled the biggest part of it.
That's inspiring.
So,
Yeah, everything I have to say, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But yeah, we're good.
Nice, I love that. So you're done with those 100 pounds. Mm-hmm. You're done with your diabetes meds. At this section of the show, we talk about something we're not done with.
Yeah, we're not done with.
So I usually kick off with something ridiculous like pop culture, and I gotta say, I really, really want to take some time today to talk about House of Dragons.
Oh, girl, please. My girlfriend of 19 years.
Yeah.
Just binged that while I've been here.
Okay.
And she would be texting me at 2 a.m. This woman is in bed by 9 p.m. I said, what do you... She said, oh, I am watching House of... I cannot stop because she watched the first one.
Yeah, of course. Game of Thrones.
I never watched any of it.
Oh, I love it.
I'm way too dumb to... it's too much going on, and my mind is too simple to grasp that. That's a smart person show.
No, it's not.
Meka, that's a smart person show. I don't care. It is not somebody with severe...
PhD to watch Game of Thrones.
I have severe ADD and I'm dyslexic. That is not a show for Cindy. But yeah.
So House of Dragons. So they just had the season finale or whatever. Honestly, it was great, fantastic TV. Game of Thrones, they really butchered their last season. So this House of Dragons season, I wasn't actually gonna watch it. Like I was gonna wait, whatever. But there's nothing going on. So basically, I got into it, and honestly, it is everything I needed. Like Game of Thrones, like I know it's annoying. Those people who have make Game of Thrones their personality. I'm one of those people. So for me, I didn't have a personality for the last couple of years since it's been off. But now the House of Dragons is here. I'm back. And I'm talking about the characters. It's just great television. It's great television. You don't have to be that smart to watch House of Dragons. I'm telling you.
Meka, you and my girlfriend, I swear, share a soul when it comes to television. Every time you do a bit, I'm like, I don't watch it, but I know it.
I do a lot of TV bits.
Watches everything you watch. You know, the vampire, like I
love that shit.
She watches every single thing so much that she makes me travel to the places where stuff were filmed.
Oh, I love that.
She made me go to Forks.
Oh my God, I've been there. Twilight, hello. Anyway,
oh my goodness.
we won't get into that, but no,
yeah,
we won't get into Forks. But definitely House of Dragons. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Game of Thrones is back. I'm actually gonna rewatch this season because that's how important it is to me. And if anyone wants to know, I'm rooting for the blacks. Not the black people. There's a faction called the blacks. Anyway, but that's what I'm not done with, Cindy. What are you not done with?
Let me tell you what's very important in my life right now.
What?
Love is Blind season 3.
Oh.
I am not done with Love is Blind season 3. These girls are a mess.
Okay.
These guys are assholes. It's brilliant TV. If
Really?
anybody is not watching Love is Blind season 3, please get on Netflix. They only dropped the first 3 episodes, I believe, which I thought the whole season was out. Big mistake because I like to wait. But then I go on the social media and then it gets spoiled.
No, I get that, yeah.
And I'm watching that. And I'm also, of course, The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my God, I had to get out of the Handmaid's Tale because
It's stressful.
It's too much work. No, and we living through it. So
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Just like, I just can't.
And yeah,
Is
so
it still good? Did she leave? Well, I got okay.
It's
No
crazy.
spoil. We try
Like
not
so
to do
many
any
things have
spoilers.
happened on The Handmaids, but I mean, I enjoy Love is Blind, The Bachelor. I like the simple things.
Okay, but you're giving you're not done with Love is Blind
Love
season
is Blind.
3.
So everybody wait for the new episodes to drop, and I promise you, there's not one person on that show that's stable, and it makes it amazing.
Love that. Love. Same thing about House of Dragons.
Right.
I swear to God.
You can't have a bunch. I mean, why do I want to look at stable people?
I
want to see people like me.
No, exactly. Yeah. yes. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Right.
Oh God. Well, Cindy, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Is there anything that any of our guests will watch out coming out for you, or where can they follow you? What's your website?
You can follow me at Cindy Arena Comedy everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
And if you're in Rochester, make sure you check out Cindy Arena.
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys.
at the Carlson, the Funny Bones I go to. So yeah, sometimes I'm hosting, I'm featuring there. So I'm around.
Well, that has been another episode of We're Done Here with Cindy Arena. Thank you so much. We talked today about eating disorders, which can be a triggering topic for some people. If you feel you're struggling with an eating disorder, please check out the National Eating Disorders Association for help and resources. Thank you so much. See you next time.